get it.
So not so long ago, I woke up like any other day and I decided to be a game developer. Why, you might ask?
Why though?
Because I like doing incredibly difficult things and spiraling myself down and drowning in a feeling of overwhelming incompetence. Anyway, onwards. So I dove in head first. I knew absolutely nothing. No code, no game engine experience, no 3D modelling. No idea how much the things I didn't know about the things I didn't know about.
It's our name. And again, when we're working with strings, we want to put this inside of quotation marks. So we could just put in John here, and then end it with a semicolon. However, we don't know.
Hello and welcome, I'm your Code Monkey.
In this video, we're going to lay the foundation for pretty much every program you're ever going to write.
But I knew one thing. I knew that I wanted to make games, and that's a good place to start. So I started learning Unity, and how to speak robot. Look at those little squigglies. Tell me your secrets, Gypsies. I even thought about learning Blender. So I opened Blender, and then I closed Blender. Baby steps. So of course, after 3 weeks into my game dev journey, I decided to start building my dream game. A sprawling, story-rich open-world survival RPG with a build crafting system, resource gathering, leveling with complex skill trees and progression, advanced combat with stealth and dueling, a block parry system with advanced enemy AI and procedural loot generation with individual weapon stats and status effects. You know, first game stuff. I was very ambitious, and so not ready. I get stuck on tiny things for weeks. One little problem, one thing 1 week, one thing 1 week, little, tiny, stuck. Every time I thought I was close to implementing a new feature, Unity was silently plotting in the background, waiting until I was weak. Waiting for its time to strike, sort of deal critical damage. Eventually, it felt like I was trying to piece together a 5 million piece jigsaw puzzle, only to find out that it's a picture of me alone at night, violently sobbing alone at my desk. So eventually, I hit a wall. As you could imagine, this game was basically built on hopes and dreams and me poking ChatGPT with a stick saying, come on, make stuff. Well, there's a lot more to it than that. I've got to give myself some credit. It was pretty impressive what I managed to do for a first game, even though I was using AI. And anybody that's used AI will know how it's not easy. So I had to stop working on the game, and I had to start learning from scratch, properly, on my own. I started consuming all the content that I could find on programming in C#. I took notes like I was journaling the collapse of my sanity in real time, one misunderstood line of code at a time. I studied until my brain got hot, and my eyes felt sandpaper, and my body forgot what sunlight was. Good times, good times. But I was hooked. I'd stay up late, I'd wake up early and do it all over again. Writing my own code made me feel like an early 2000s hacker straight out of a movie. Now that I knew the basics, nothing could stop me. There was something about game dev that just scratched an itch that I didn't know I had. There's something about bringing a world to life that I found extremely satisfying. The characters, the sounds, the little animations. A universe I imagined, becoming real. So once I had basic programming knowledge, I jumped into the Unity pathways and I completed the Junior Programmers course. I completed the 12-week course in 7 weeks through grinding 14 to 6-hour days back to back. I barely showered or ate at all. It was beautiful. During that course, I completed my first game. Although the topic is something I'd never make a game about normally, this is the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the assignment. I'll put it on the screen here. So I spent the next month straight making a game about this little orange digger, and I felt very autistic, but I am, and that's okay. So now, with the course finished, with all my new knowledge in programming, I decided to move on to the Unity Creative Core course, to learn a bit more about the engine and how it worked. And immediately, I was impressed with how woke Unity is. In the first video, there was a transvestite man, a non-binary blue-haired they-them, and a gentleman speaking about Aboriginal gaming. And while I'm not having a dig at these beliefs, cultures or races, like, come on, this is my first video and I'm trying to get cancelled here. I'm just saying that Unity is so cool and diverse and inclusive and woke. And I'm just impressed. I'm just impressed. And so around this same time, I actually ordered a book, the C# Player's Handbook, the 5th edition. And it's structured in a game format where you go through the programming challenges and gain XP and level up as you progress through the book. It's also accompanied with a story, and I can't recommend this highly enough. In the book, you're casted as an apprentice hero, in a world where code is magic, and all of its inhabitants have forgotten how to program. Tragic, I know. Each challenge is part of your training where you eventually learn the knowledge to battle the boss at the end, the uncoded one. And this guy's basically just going around fucking everything up. So over the course of the book, you can imagine yourself in some sort of rocky training montage like I did to make it more fun. Well done. Yesterday I finished the first 45 pages and 4 challenges in a valiant 14-hour stint. My brain had absorbed as much knowledge as it could before it turned into soup. Syntax flavoured soup. So with that wraps up my first ever video on this channel, and that's my first 3 months trying game dev. It's pretty amazing. So if you're also trying to figure all this out, or if you just like to stay up to date with any games I'm developing or projects I'm working on, I'm not going to say it.